Your YouTube streams have just been taken to the next level. You're hearing about it here first. Let's just get into it. Put your rock over the stone. Hello duckies, Andi Lippy here. So, LioranBoard has now been announced, released for YouTube. But when I mean released, it is only available for early beta, and that is through Christina's Patreon. Okay, so if you do want to join Patreon, I'll leave all the links down in the description down below. As long as you're a supporter tier or above, so £4 per month, you just joined up there. Obviously, Christina's put a lot of time and effort into this and many other plugins and extensions for LioranBoard, so it's definitely worthwhile supporting her on that because she does most of the stuff for absolutely free. And as I definitely know, and you guys should know being content creators, this stuff takes a long time to create. Okay, so definitely go and make sure you are supporting, and you'll see just here YouTube Live for LioranBoard early access. We don't know when it's going to be actually released yet. Obviously this is an early beta, but for £4 a month you've got early access. You're literally going to be top tier content creators on YouTube. It's definitely worth that little investment, 100%. So if you're not aware, I actually did a live stream recently on showcasing this before the early beta was even out. So if you didn't see this, you can actually see LioranBoard in action. I don't want to go too much into detail about all the different things that you can do with it because it's pretty much LioranBoard but for YouTube. Obviously there are some changes and everything like that, so I'm going to go through installing it and show you how the triggers work. I'll be doing more in-depth videos as well on this, so please, if you do want to see more of that, then make sure you are subscribed. And obviously if you want to see things happen and me create stuff live, go and check out that stream. I will be doing some more YouTube streams as well. So let's talk about it, shall we? It is literally crazy to think that YouTube could be changing drastically with this. I'm hearing a lot of people saying, oh, I wish that YouTube had channel points because then I wouldn't even use Twitch or anything like that. But I was kind of thinking, but before Twitch had channel points, what did we have? We had bots like StreamElements, Streamlabs that had loyalty point system. Well, you've got LioranBoard now. You can create your own loyalty system, or you can even tap into those two and use points that way, so people can trigger different alerts and things like that. As long as you have some sort of page, or maybe just in your bio, just saying what you can do, or the comments. There's so many different things that you can do. You just need to think outside the box. You can make your YouTube streams as interactive as you like. There are a couple of not necessarily drawbacks, but there are some limitations. Hopefully we won't really see too many of these. You can see this in the LioranBoard Discord. I really need to change this key combo. I've been saying that since I've started doing videos. So the way that the kind of system works, there's a set amount of quota that allow you to do different things like get and send chat messages and everything like that. So as Christina says here, there is an 8 million total quota per day, but that's across every single person that uses this. So basically she's set up kind of a bit of a cushion saying 500 quota units per user per minute as a limit. And that's probably not meaning anything to you right now, but in here you can obviously see what everything does. So you can see chat message 5 units, but you're thinking minutes, okay? So every minute you're gonna have 500 quota. That could be subject to change. Obviously YouTube could be super awesome and give more quota as well, which means Christina won't need to limit it. But when I was doing stuff on YouTube, Christina was kind of checking in to see how much quota I was using and things like that, and we were quite hammering it in the live stream, and we didn't kind of do too much. So as long as you're quite sensible with it, don't spam your own chat with messages, don't ban users all the time, update your broadcast. You probably never really do that whilst you're live, if I'm honest. So you shouldn't really run out of quota, and like I say, it resets per minute. So even if you're out of messages, then just wait a minute and you're back on it again, which is easy. Love it. It is great. And that's the kind of only drawback at the moment. It's not unlimited like on Twitch, but hopefully YouTube do open their API a little bit So some of the stuff that we did on the live stream, we were talking through all the different documentation. So as Christina's made this, she's done amazing documentation for it. All the information on installing it and setting it up is just here. Obviously, we're going to talk a little bit about it and show you how easy it is. Even if you're like myself and stream on YouTube and Twitch, not necessarily at the same time, but maybe you do it at separate times or at the same time, it doesn't matter. You can actually just run it through one instance of LioranBoard because it's actually just an extension and it can just tap straight into your transmitter. But if you just do YouTube on its own, you can actually have it running on its own transmitter. So you don't have all the Twitch things in there as well and everything like that. It's super simple, which is gorgeous. Speaking of transmitter, if we open up YouTube, if we open up OBS just here, and I go across and open up my transmitter, you'll see I've got YouTube Live just here. I am running a little bit of an older version, which I need to update, but you can see lots of information in here. So the channel info, the broadcaster info, and the categories as well, and on YouTube videos like entertainment, everything like that. You can see all that information there. You do need to be connected and live. That is another kind of drawback due to YouTube. Like when I'm testing Twitch chat commands, for instance, I can just have Twitch chat open in OBS and put whatever command I want in there. So if I start typing a command now, Twitch chat will still work and run, but YouTube's chat doesn't. YouTube's chat only goes live when you are live. But Christina's put in a little section here to test everything. So you can test a new subscriber, so you got subscriber alerts. Test a new member, so you got member alerts. We've also got milestones as well. That's basically like a re-sub on Twitch. You've also got super chat and super sticker. Obviously, your kind of forms a donation. And you've got test chat message. Each one of these has got a little show options drop down. And that allows you to put whatever information you want in there to test a specific chat message. So say if you wanted to test somebody that you're giving a specific command to, you can type in their name there, and it will create a fake message in a YouTube chat that's not even live, and you can do whatever test command you want in there. You can say whether or not they're a broadcaster, moderator, member, or they're verified as well, and you can test it that way. Another cool feature is that we can actually enable event replay. So if you've got this turned on and you get a follow or something like that, you can actually replay any of the events, which is really, really nice. Well, follow, I mean subscriber. And that's a nice system there. And it's super clean, easy to view. On the channel info, like I was saying, you can actually see all your view count, sub count, video count, and all this information is available inside of LioranBoard, which is cool because we created a very smooth, well, when I say smooth, it took us a little while to get around it because I'm a bit of a dum-dum, but we made it so anytime somebody liked the stream, it'd just fire a big thumbs up in the middle of the screen as just a bit of a test example. So I thought that was a really nice way for people to engage and notice that the like is actually doing something rather than just liking the stream. So inside of the documentation, there's all the transmitter stuff that I just talked about. Obviously, you can see the examples just here. I'm going to leave all the links down below. Obviously, you do need to be a Patreon member for this. And as soon as it does go live, I will do a full tutorial on setting it up, going through each trigger and everything like that. But I'm just giving you a bit of thought and hopefully you make the plunge and go and download it. We've also got the command section. So this is everything that LioranBoard can do. So we can do chat messages, we can ban and unban users. Remember, like, that uses a lot of the quota for some reason. I do not know why. Update your broadcast, as you can see just here. Get categories, channel stats, which I think is beautiful. So you guys using my stream up minim stats and stuff like that, that's almost built directly into it. So if you're a bit knowledgeable of how LioranBoard works, you can convert all of that kind of stuff ready to use with YouTube. Yes, I will be creating something for YouTube because I'm using YouTube myself for streaming, so stay tuned for that, okay? And that goes for any of the stuff that I've created in the past or we've made on StreamUp. You will be able to convert it if you know how to change all the triggers and everything like that. Just mess around with it, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So we've got member info as well and subscriber status, and she's put all the information of exactly what each one of these does and examples of how they work. I will be doing plenty of videos on all these, so make sure you are subscribed. And we've also got triggers as well, so every time that there's a new event, so we've got subscriber, we've got members, milestone, which is like basically a resub, we've got super chat, super sticker, chat messages, and then obviously when live chat is ended and you've gone offline. So the only thing that you need to get your head around with this is how things have kind of changed a little bit with how you're going to create a command inside of LioranBoard. So I'm just going to give you a little example inside of LioranBoard that, because it is not like you add a Twitch trigger as easy as you did before, because obviously LioranBoard's kind of based to work with just Twitch. But I've heard it in good terms that LioranBoard 2 is going to be directly integrated for YouTube. So it's not going to be working on an extension level. It's going to be built directly into it. So it's a lot easier to use. And it's already easy to use, which is beautiful. Like, actually beautiful. So if I open up LioranBoard right now, you'll be able to see how this kind of thing is working. So if I scroll all the way down to the bottom, this is where I was messing around with all the YouTube related things. So I'm going to go to this new deck just here. And if I edit the command, you can see we're actually using send to extension. So I'll show you how to make one of these from scratch. So I'm going to create a blank button. I'm going to right click and we can add a Twitch trigger. So I want to make it when I get a subscriber. So the way that I do this is I go to the plus sign and I use extension trigger, because obviously all these are Twitch related at the moment. Obviously LioranBoard 2 is going to make it so it's integrated for YouTube really easy, which is nice. So the extension trigger, you can go to the documentation and we want it so when we get a new subscriber, for instance, we can copy this live subscriber. So this is the extension trigger that we need, and that goes for each one of these. You're just going to copy and paste it because it needs to be the exact same format, so the same kind of spacing and capitalization and everything like that. Obviously you can do add request to queue as well. Press done, and then I can go to add commands, and this is where we can start adding commands. And we can do the normal stuff like controlling OBS with scene switches, everything like that. But we can also do extra stuff, which is the commands. So if I open up the command section in the documentation, you'll be able to see we can do the chat message, ban, update, and everything like that. So if I go back to LioranBoard and type in extension, because we're going to send to extension, and open this up just here, and I type in YouTube, we've got a ton of different kind of categories just here. So if we wanted to send a message to chat, we can just press chat message and we can type whatever message we wanted there. So whenever I got a subscriber, it would send to YouTube chat, new subscriber, like that. But if you remember, when you're using LioranBoard, you've got different values that you can use when you're doing like a trigger pull. You can pull their username, you can pull maybe their profile picture and things like that. That is built directly into here. So under new subscriber, we've got value 1, value 2, and value 3. Value 1 is a subscriber's channel title, display name as well. Chat display name's not provided for that, but obviously on certain things they are as well, like the new member, the channel ID, and also the profile picture as well. So you don't need to use another extension for that. That is built directly into YouTube's API for that. So if I want to just pull the person's name, so that's the channel title. So if I go back in here and I want to pull that information, I'm going to press the plus sign and we're going to do a trigger pull like so. And we're going to call this sub name, and the pull value we will put as value 1. So I type in 1, value 1, turn to real is false because it's a name, it's not a number. So I can do new subscriber, and then I can just put sub name in there as the variable, sub name, like so. And then now when I save that and do that command, basically anytime I get a subscriber, it'll automatically send that message to chat, new subscriber, then the person's name. So that's how you can use this kind of thing, because we're using the pull values under the extension values all the way, extension triggers down at the bottom just here, which go all the way up to 20, but all that information is laid out just there for you. And it's as easy as that. So if you want to test a command, for instance, so I'm not going to do a chat message right now. I'm going to go and actually I'm going to send it to Twitch chat, because this is how you can kind of link both together, which is really, really trippy. So I'm going to do a message and say a new YouTube sub, and then put the sub name like so, and leave that because it's just Twitch chat. I'm going to press done. I'm going to press done again. And because we've actually connected that to the YouTube trigger, if I go back to OBS just here, you've got my Twitch chat here, and I can actually now, as you can see, everything's connected. You've got the channel ID, view count, everything like that. I can test the subscriber. So I press test subscriber, and we'll get a little message, a new YouTube sub, Rams Reef, just there. And because I already have that set up to work with the minimum alerts, that's correct. Like I was saying, you can make anything work with this. So I've got subscriber alerts, got the Twitch, the trigger, sorry, YouTube live subscriber there, and I'm using the variables in the commands, which you can completely edit. I did all that live on YouTube on that live stream, which I'll leave down below as well, because you can learn a little bit more about how this works. So that's pretty much it. It just works. It's so good. Obviously, if you are using it and you do have any feedback or something that you want add in, or something's not working, please feed it back in the LioranBoard Discord. There is a channel dedicated just to YouTube in there, and then hopefully it can make it so we can get access to it for everyone as soon as possible. The more bug fixes, the better, right? It means it's a better place for everyone. And that's pretty much it. So if you want to support me and my content, then consider being a channel member down below, or joining Patreon as well. It really does help me out an absolute ton. And if you've got any questions, just bang them in the comments. You know, I always reply to all the comments. All right, guys, put your rock up in the stone, and I'll see you in the next one. Much love. I just want to say a huge thanks to all my patrons that help make this content full-time, make it free for you guys, and also a huge thanks to all my YouTube members. You guys are legends. Thank you so much for everything that you do for me and the community. Keep it up, guys.